Namaskaram, 21st of March, 2022, that's a year ago, is the day when we set off from London for the Safe Soil movement. But this 1 year has been spectacular, and with everybody's support, we've managed to reach 3.91 billion people, and above all, ignited the care and concern for our soil across the world, and many nations, all the major nations are in the process of making soil policies. But the most important thing is the millions of people who gave their hearts and their hands to make this happen. Many of them have been cycling for thousands of kilometers, many are walking from, long distances across nations and continents. So this is really fantastic, and above all of you who kept the Safe Soil message going, this is something that you must keep it going, because right now we have no doubt anymore whether this will happen or not. We are 100% sure we are going that way, but it is the pace. At what pace will we do it? Will things like wars and other political situations divert the attention and take away the focus on soil? This is important that we keep the pace, so every one of you keep the message going. Sign off your mails, your messages, at least once a day. Just type out Save Soil, say Save Soil somewhere. This is very important because the pace is important. If you don't keep pace, disasters can happen. Making course corrections after disaster strike is not the way to do it. It becomes extremely difficult. It's my wish that every one of you should keep the message going. Every one of you who claim, who are following me, who have some love and concern for me, or if you don't have any love and concern for me, at least for any life around you, your children, the life around you, the planet, if you have any concern, we must turn the agricultural soils around. This is very important for the life on this planet, so keep the message going. 1 year, fantastic. It's become the largest people's movement ever on the planet, but that is not important. What is important is we must turn the soil around. The work has begun, but we need relentless commitment from all of you. Every day at least once, Save Soil must be typed on your phone. Every day at least once you must say Save Soil to somebody. You can greet people as Save Soil, because this is the best blessing you can give to this generation and future generations. Namaskaram, let's make it happen.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Can the human clone become a spiritual?
Now, whatever you want to call it doesn't matter what you call it. You're just producing a human body which is alive, means the life process is there. It has all the ingredients. I'm only talking about when still women are able to bear children. I don't see why you're wasting billions of dollars in a laboratory. There is a pleasurable way of creating children. You don't have to make it so obscene and ugly in test tubes and this and that and you come out of that. No. And above all, a woman does not just give body to the child, she molds the child, and how she molds the child depends entirely on how she is. You must see the elaborate care that they used to take in this country. Once a woman conceives, every step, how she should do, what she should do, what she should not do, whose face she should see, whose face she should not see, because everything has an influence. You're not only giving it a body, you're also molding the consciousness of the person that you're bringing out. And this is… do not think in terms of reproduction. You must understand, you're manufacturing the next generation of people. How the world will be tomorrow is determined right now in your body. It's a tremendous responsibility. It needs to be handled that way. Because we know how to do a few fanciful things Everything that we learn to do, we don't have to do. This is the source of destruction on this planet. Everything we are capable of doing, we must do, because we are still juvenile. As a humanity, we have not matured in our minds. Everything that I can do, I must do. Not necessary. We must be able to take a decision what to do, what not to do, what is needed and what's not needed, isn't it?
Then there's this chemical in the brain that's released from, what Descartes referred to as the seat of the soul, and
Yes.
as the Egyptians, referred to as the eye of Horus. The only unilateral structure in the brain is
In the brain.
And it seems like a very interesting structure, and it's been implicated in mystical states only because there is some limited data, like Horacio was alluding to, that its data is not very convincing, but it is the data that does exist. It shows that it's a precursor to a chemical that's naturally occurring in the brain and is DMT. It's a psychedelic that's used for very short, intense psychedelic experiences.
Mhm.
And so that's why I was thinking with Sadhguru, you've been referring to the moon and working with the moon, the cycle of the moon specifically for spiritual purposes.
David, the thing is, see, in the yogic system, there are simple processes with which, particularly on full moon nights, where you can get totally stoned out just on moonlight. There are processes to do that. And as you can see, I don't know what that DMT is, you can see I'm on it all the time. No substance from outside, it's from within. It is in some way, on one level, in the physiological level, the significance of yoga is to stay in tune with the sun and moon cycles in relation to the planet. That is the only way this life can be in balance and with least amount of friction within itself, because then the life's experience as… whatever the chemicals you're discussing, serotonin, melatonin, all this stuff, essentially you're saying chemistry determines the nature of your experience of life itself. So, to maintain that chemistry which is always blissful and ecstatic, moon and being aligned with the moon is a very important part of it. So, there are various practices associated with that. One thing I would like to request Professor Horace is if they can invest a certain amount of attention towards what is happening in the gut with the full moon, new moon, I think it may be far more easily measurable than what is happening in the brain, because what is happening in the brain, we see it only as a consequence. The real thing is happening in the gut. You may see certain effects in the brain. What is a consequence is one thing, but the process, the changes that are happening within the gut region is very big. What is happening is there more solid kind of stuff, it is more tangible, that maybe it is more easily measurable than what's happening in the brain. 24th of September is International River Day. Now, it's in the middle of river rally. I will be at Maheshwar, I'll be on a river bank in Madhya Pradesh. All of you, and you must tell all your friends and family that you must make a pilgrimage to one nearest river in your area, if you know where there is a river, okay? Because we made a little survey and we found below 20 years of age, 80% of the population has never seen a river. They have not seen a river. Of course, they've seen an online river. They have not seen a real river. Will you do this? This is important. This is important that you make a simple pilgrimage to some river and you may find some of the rivers are filthier than the sewer that runs in front of your home or whatever, those things that you fall into in Mumbai. It doesn't matter, but you must make a pilgrimage to a river on 24th. Make this annual pilgrimage till our rivers flow clean and wonderful. You must make this happen. The distraction is not only in the West, for those who want to be distracted, there is distractions everywhere, not only in the West. And not just today, even 1,000 years ago, people were still distracted, believe. Don't think 1,000 years ago everybody was focused and fantastic, no. They were just as good as you or as bad as you. They were also hanging out in small groups. Now we're hanging out globally. So, what is that one thing I have to do to be focused or to be able to receive what is offered? Very simple. Just remind yourself, tomorrow morning, when you wake up in the morning, just check, still alive. Because every day over 1 million people die on this planet. You woke up tomorrow morning, over 1 million people did not wake up tomorrow morning, will not wake up tomorrow morning, believe me. You woke up, just check, you still there? Great, isn't it? You're still alive. Can you at least smile, oh, I'm still alive. Great. Just check those 3, 4, 5 people who really matter in your life, check if all of them are alive. Because if 1 million people die, at least 10 million people lost somebody who's dear to them, isn't it? So all those who really matter for you, you're alive, they're alive, fantastic today, it's a great day, isn't it? Don't take this lightly, this is not a joke. Because I'm reminding you of this because most of you think other people die. Not me. It's only others who die. No, you and me will die. Sadhguru, I'm asking a spiritual question, you're reminding me of morbid things. No, nothing morbid about it. Death is the one common denominator among all of us, isn't it? Yes? One thing common about us, whether you're black, white, blue, yellow, whatever kind you are, man, woman or other 6 genders, whatever you may be, one common denominator among all of us is, we will die one day. Look at the universality of death. Only when you remind yourself that you're mortal, wanting to know something beyond the physicality of who you are becomes an active process. You will become receptive. Only when you know the body that you carry, the psychological drama that you're going through, all this is going on, but one day, poop, it'll end. Very easily it'll end, believe me. You just have to wait. See, you don't have to do anything to achieve death, just have to wait. Both for yours and others. People come and say, Sadhguru, this guy, my enemy, I can't bear it. I said, just wait. You don't have to take the trouble, just wait. One way or the other you will get rid of him, either he will die or you will die. So do this every hour. Right now, 7:30, oh, I'm still alive, great. From 6:30 to 7:30, you know how many people died on the planet? But it's not me right now. Now, if you're continuously conscious of your mortal nature, you will become 100% alive to the spiritual dimension of who you are. Only because somewhere, it's not that intellectually you do not know, but experientially you're immortal, you know. Because when I look at the number of shoes you have bought, it looks like you're going to live for 10,000 years. Number of clothes and shoes, when I look at them, it looks like a lot of people are planning for 1,000, 10,000 years of life. No, 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 it's a brief life. If you know it's a brief life and you're definitely mortal, we will try to stretch it with yoga. We'll try to stretch it and make it a little longer, but anyway you will die. If you are conscious of this every moment of your life, it may be a little struggle in the beginning, but just remind yourself every minute that I'm mortal. I'll die someday and maybe it's today. Come to ease with death, then the longing to know what is beyond this physical nature will burst forth within you. Once this longing comes, you are 100% receptive to everything that I represent. You are living on a daily basis as if you are forever. The fundamental awareness that this is mortal, if you come to terms with that one thing, there would be no insecurity because there's nothing to gain, nothing to lose in this life. You came with nothing. Whatever the hell is happening, you're on the profit side.
Sadhguruji, my question is, how does one deal with insecurities?
How does one deal with insecurity? Life is insecure. There is no security about life because… Shall I reveal a secret? However young and healthy you are, you're going to die one day. I'll bless you with a long life, but you will die one day. Is it okay? No? So you can die joyfully or you can die crying, it's up to you. But anyway you'll die one day, yes sir? If you say, I don't want to die, today you start the chanting, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. All that'll happen is you will not live, but you will die. Yes? The fear, I don't want to die, will make you not live, but it will not make you not die. Anyway, you will die. Coming to terms with mortality is one very important thing. If you don't come to terms with mortality, you're living in a fancy world of unreal world, not in the real world. The real world is, we come and go. So many countless number of people have come and gone before us, isn't it? You're in an institution from 1857. I was just wondering how they started an institution in that year because in that year there was such turmoil all over the country. And in 1857, lot of upheaval in the country, but somehow somebody managed to start an institution. The soil that you're walking upon, we don't know how many people are buried. All these countless people, number of people who walked this planet before you and me, where are they? They're all topsoil. Yes or no? This will also become topsoil one day. Unless your friends choose to bury you real deep, fearing you may rise from the dead. There have been certain instances. This happened There was an old couple in Texas, over 75 years of age. It was their dream to go to the Holy Land or the Jerusalem. But because of business and then children growing up, going to the university and their marriages and da-da-da, they never made it. When they're over 75 years of age, they made the trip to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a place where every cobblestone reeks of history. So they walked that pathway where Jesus is supposed to have walked. They went to that place where he's supposed to have walked on the water and many things like this. They were overwhelmed by this whole experience. And unfortunately, the lady had a heart attack and she died. Then the man was preparing to take her body back to Texas. But then the local people approached and said, see, Jerusalem is the Holy Land. This is the right place to die. She's done the right thing. So let's do all the rituals here and bury her here. And it just costs you $25,000. Because if you take her back to Texas, just the transportation costs $18,000 and local charges, and in America the cemetery charges are very heavy. All this put together, you will spend much more money, and above all, she's chosen to die in the Holy Land. This is where she must be buried, let's do it. The man said, no, I'm taking her back to Texas. I said, see, you're very distressed because of your wife's death. You're not able to think straight, we can understand. So we will give you a super discount, $15,000. This is a haggling place, you know. Let's do it. The man thought about it and he said, no, I will take her back to Texas. And they said, see, it doesn't make sense. I can see you're very distressed. You lost your wife of 45 years, so obviously you're very distressed, you're not thinking straight at all. We can understand this just because of that. You are an American and you are from Texas, so we give you an absolute super discount, $10,000. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. You must… what I'm talking, if you want to understand, you must go to Kashi or Hardwar, someplace, how these things happen, you know. Then the man thought about it and he said, no, I'm taking her back to Texas. And they threw their hands up and said, why? What's the problem with you? $10,000, let's do it. He said, see, in Texas, dead stay dead. If you come to terms with your mortality, security, insecurity, all these things will go. You are living on a daily basis as if you are forever. The fundamental awareness that this is mortal, this is here only for a limited amount of time. If this was a normal conscious thing for you, you would put your life to best use, for sure. And if you come to terms with that one thing, there would be no insecurity because there's nothing to gain, nothing to lose in this life. You came with nothing. Whatever the hell is happening, you're on the profit side. That's so. Huh? Isn't it so? Did you come with investment? No. You come with nothing. So whatever the hell is happening, you're always on the profit side, isn't it? And anyway, they don't allow you to take a container in the end. So all you have is how profound, intense and beautiful is your experience of life. So don't make too much fuss about it. You're acting as if you're going to lose something. No, there's nothing to lose, nothing to gain because you come and you go. You may think, oh, my life. No, it's your life on this planet is like a pop-up. On the computer screen you've seen these pop-ups. You just pop up and pop up. In the meantime, will you rise and shine is the only question, all right? So if anyway you shine, sometimes you may be seen by people, sometimes you may not be seen by people. The important is you are shining within yourself and that's all that matters. If people have eyes, they will see it, if they have no eyes, they won't see it, that's their problem. But you are living an intense and profound life, that's all that matters here. If you understand this and if you bring this into your life, insecurity will not happen because security can happen only in death. People keep asking me, coming to me and asking me, Sadhguru, please bless us, nothing should happen to us. I say, hey, what kind of blessing is this? My blessing is let everything happen to you. Everything that's life must happen to you. Have you come here to avoid life or have you come here to experience life? Please, you must make a decision right now. Have you come here to avoid life or to experience life? Experience life. All the different dimensions of what this life holds must happen to you, isn't it so? If you come to avoid life, there's an ocean right here. You can jump into the ocean. See, if you want to avoid life, you must die. A more efficient way of doing things, isn't it? You're alive and you try to avoid life, it'll become miserable. If you feel insecure, that's what you will do. You will try to avoid life. When you're alive and try to avoid life, it'll cause immense misery. When you're alive, you live. When you die, don't get up from the dead. You are more eligible for mysticism than ever before. Ask the youth, are they interested? Without going to the back streets and buying, simply sitting here and stoned out. If entire life is a race, finish line is death. Is that what you want? It's time the youth of this world stand up and demand a more sensitive, humanistic education process for your own growth, well-being and the well-being of the world, because this world is yours tomorrow. Mysticism is not some magic. Mysticism is just this. Anything that you do not understand or perceive is mysterious to you, isn't it? Yes or no? Let us say, this is 1,000 years ago, all of you are sitting here somewhere outside, and I came cycling. You had never seen a bicycle, you don't know what's the concept of a bicycle. I came cycling on these thin 2 wheels. Then I say, I just rode down from heaven and I'm here. You'll believe it. Then I'll pick up somebody who's most inefficient and say, you come, you try, can you do this? Of course he will fall down. Then it's established, I rode down from heaven and things. Because anything that you don't understand looks mysterious to you. Anything that you cannot perceive, if somebody perceived, it looks absolutely magical to you, isn't it? But today generally, we call this engineering. What was magic at one time is engineering today, isn't it? From here, if I just, along with this seat, if I just float around, so wow, what is this new technology? You will not check from which heaven I came from. So I'm saying you are more eligible for mysticism than ever before, because you see there are possibilities which we have not yet explored.
I'm a little bit perplexed when I'm talking to people who are younger, like say 20 years old, or in a mode of strengthening their individuality and being actually totally resistant to this idea that they need to let the guard down.
Say, about a year and a half ago, nearly 2 years ago, we launched a movement called Youth and Truth. This is not an advice thing, this is not a religion, this is not some philosophy we're going to advise you how to be. Just, you have questions. When you're young, you have lots of questions. Whatever kind of question you bring, we will answer as it's sensible for you, in some way that it makes sense to you. And it picked up so much momentum that as I'm saying, over 162 universities right now invites are waiting, we're just not able to go. So what is it that draws them? So, I'm in Bangalore city. They've been inviting me to all these under 25 conferences, you know. There are under 25 conferences. Only those who are under 25, somehow I am eligible. Well, nearly 13,000 youth are sitting there, strong smell of marijuana, okay? So, there are many ways to approach them. I'm saying a simple way. Just look at my eyes. I'm always stoned. Ask the youth, are they interested? Without going to the back streets and buying, simply sitting here and stoned out. Would they be interested? All of them are interested. That's why they're after me. So, don't try to teach them a philosophy. Give them a better alternative. Hello? Give them a better alternative. Why will they not go for it? Because youth don't want to listen to the rubbish that the old people are talking endlessly. They're always talking about things which are not worked in their life. When I say it's not worked, I'm saying how people were when they were 5, 6 years of age, how joyful and exuberant they were. By the time they're 30, how they become. Has it worked, I'm asking? At 5, if you're so joyful, by the time you're 30, you should be ecstatic if you had grown up. Just the reverse has happened, obviously it's not worked. Nonsense has survived for too long on the basis of being the authority. A time has come when no authority will survive. Truth is the only authority. What works lives, what doesn't work dies. Good times. Unfortunately, we have created a movement in the world, education being the core of it. There are many other aspects. Education is the core of it, where it's always about conquering the world. Right from kindergarten, they're only asking who is number 1, who is number 2, who is number 3, who is number last. Education is a consequence of the general attitude in the society. We have become a conquering mode. I think this is a fallout from the imperial way of existence that we've had for the last 3 centuries. That we think we are powerful and we are good only when we have everybody at our feet. Well, with technology, with worldwide growth of human aspiration, having everybody at your feet, times are over. But still we have not managed to change the education system fundamentally. Here, still you're struggling, who conquers whom? When you want to race with somebody, or when you think life is a race, all you want to do is get to the finish line fast, isn't it? Hello? If entire life is a race, finish line is death. Why don't you get there quick? Hello? Is that what you want? People are telling me that is also happening in the universities, unfortunately. That is also happening, most unfortunate. Why would a young person want to take his own life? When they want to take their own life, we are doing something very fundamentally wrong in the society. The main problem is this: we want everybody to be conquerors. Not everybody has a heart to be a conqueror. Not everybody wants to conquer anything. Hello? Everybody would want to explore, engage, understand, But not everybody wants to conquer. But we have set the whole world in a conquest mode. So the only way is all the sensitive people will get trampled, the crudest lot will get to the top. Not a good way to structure this society and this world. It's time we change the structures which make people. Education is an important process because nearly 90% of the human population is passing through that one sieve, isn't it? Hello? This sieve should become a sensitive, very humanistic sieve. This should not be an imperial sieve, this should not be, an Adolf Hitler or Alexander the Great kind of sieve. Right now we are trying to produce them. We are trying to produce them always. We are trying to produce tyrants who will enjoy other people's failures, isn't it? Hello? I want to be number one means what? I enjoy all of you have failed. Why? Why have we brought this about? It's time the youth of this world stand up and demand a more sensitive, humanistic education process for your own growth, well-being and the well-being of the world, because this world is yours tomorrow.
And you, as one of the people with some direct impact on the land, have taken on the challenge of planting 2.4 billion trees to rehabilitate the Kaveri Basin in India. To me, 2 billion trees sounds like a really huge number.
Well, 2.42 billion trees definitely sounds like a large number. But that number, 1.3 billion people in dry lands, which is keeping Ibrahim awake in the night, is what I see as a solution, because India's population is about that. So these 1.3 billion people, if all of us commit to plant just 2 trees in the next 12 years, you got the number, all right, largely. So, our problems and solutions are not separate. If we harness a certain dimension, it becomes a solution. If we leave it unharnessed, it becomes a problem. So right now, will we harness this towards a solution or not is the only question. Kaveri calling is addressing Kaveri Basin, which amounts for 83 to 84,000 square kilometers. To replenish the soil, you need leaves from the trees and animal waste. But both these things are missing, as Ibrahim was saying that whatever you do somewhere, somebody is growing it, all right? And now the markets are all over the world, so you don't sell only locally because it can always be sold at the other end of the world. So when this is the case, maintaining soil fertility, the richness of biodiversity in our soils is the prime responsibility. That's what Kaveri calling is about.
I would like to really finish by thanking you again, Sadhguru, for coming to our offices this morning to the UN Convention to Combat Desertification. This is obviously your office, and
Thank you very much.
The work that you do is absolutely in line with the mandate of this convention, and we are very happy to work with the Isha Foundation and develop this partnership. We sincerely hope that there will be more leaders like you from around the world, not only in India, but in other parts of the world, because for someone to dedicate their life into this mandate of sustainable development and a sustainable planet is absolutely essential. And
so Kaveri calling is a 12-year commitment for me and all the volunteers around me. We need your support to make this happen.
We are fully behind.
And we are not looking at just one river. We want this to be a demonstrable model for the rest of the tropical world.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
What you just watched wasn't just a video, it was a presence exercise. If you stayed until now, it shows something in you is more awake. Comment on what stayed with you, what message hit you hardest, and share this with someone who also values this kind of conversation. Thanks, a big hug, and see you in the next video.